And yes, we are. And welcome to the 1992 TranSouth 500 race number 5 of 29 here in the 1992 Throwbacks. And we are looking to have a great race here at Darlington. We're just going to take a quick look here at the points. You can see through 4 races, Alan Kulwicki is your points leader. He ended up taking the points lead after getting the win at Atlanta last week. Tim Richmond right behind him trying to reassert dominance. Phil Parsons, who won the first 2 events this year, also hanging on pretty close. You also have Sterling Marlin and Ernie Irvin right there. Brett Bodine, Michael Waltrip are still also holding on to top 10 points positions. When we take a look further back down in the field, we start to see people like Mark Martin, Terry Labonte, not exactly having great starts to this season. Now, let's go ahead and go to the race. Schrader is the man that's going to sit on the pole for today's race with a speed of just a little bit over 160 miles per hour. Certainly an excellent lap there by the Hendrick Motorsports team. And you can see here he seems to be doing really well. Ken Schrader going to be on the pole for today's race. Sterling Marlin is going to be in second. We have Ricky Rudd in third. Davey Allison in fourth. Brett Bodine in fifth. Alan Kulwicki is in sixth. Rusty Wallace seventh. Bill Elliott eighth. Tim Richmond is in ninth. And rounding out the top 10 is going to be Terry Labonte. Hopefully, he's able to have, again, a solid performance like he did last week. Here's the command for today's race.
3, 2, 1. Gentlemen, start your engines.
All right, so Ken Schrader is going to lead this field 2 by 2 behind the Pontiac Grand Prix pace car through turns 3 and 4 here at Darlington. And we're going to head off into the slow turns of 1 and 2. And the green flag is out. We're underway here from Darlington. Well, not quite yet. Now the green flag is out and we're underway here from Darlington. And side by side here through turns 1 and 2. Schrader trying to get an advantage coming down the back straightaway. I think he'll just barely get it if he's able to get anything. Dale Earnhardt having to go to the pit road early on. A problem with the start for the 3 car. Not good news for him. Schrader's going to be able to take the inside. He's going to be able to use it to his advantage. Sterling Marlin will use the outside to his advantage, and he's going to take the second position. Ken Schrader will lead lap number 1. Meanwhile, we have Davey Allison here in third. It looks like he is going to keep the third position. Ricky Rudd fourth. Alan Kulwicki fifth. Brett Bodine holding on to sixth right now. He's had several good runs here at Darlington in the past. It wouldn't surprise me if he ends up in the top 10 again today. Bill Elliott 7th, Rusty Wallace 8th, Terry Labonte 9th, and Tim Richmond, who qualified outside of the top 10, trying to very quickly find himself inside of the top 10. He dives down to the inside of Terry Labonte going into turns 1 and 2. It does not look like that it's meant to be at this time, though. You can also see Dale Earnhardt trying to blend into the track. He gets rejected by Ted Musgrave there. Everyone blends in fine. Not sure what happened there between Earnhardt and Musgrave. Just Musgrave did not allow Earnhardt to have the track at all. So a disastrous start to this race for Dale Earnhardt. He's going to have to be a lot better than that if he wants to go ahead for a championship. The field has very quickly gotten single file, and that is not a surprise at this track. The track surface is incredibly narrow at Darlington, so you don't see very much side-by-side action here. Usually It's usually a joke that the groove here at Darlington is about a car length and a half wide, and I mean, that's 100% true. It is very difficult to get anything going at this track. As far as passing is concerned, it is just ungodly difficult to pass at this track. Jeff Bodine's going to try it. He's going to use the outside of turns 3 and 4. I've seen it happen before, and it looks like it's going to work. Bodine will get the position from Richmond. A great move there by Bodine. Yeah, the outside lane seems to work very, very well at this track at some points. That's one of the unique things about Darlington, is that even though the groove's only about a car width and a half wide, it's a track that you can pretty much run anywhere within that car width and a half. You don't have to be right on that dotted line, and usually you don't want to be. Anyways, we have a battle for 8th. This is going to be between Wallace and Labonte. Labonte's going to dive it hard into turns 3 and 4. Looks like he's got it. Give the position to Terry Labonte. He's got 8th. Meanwhile, back up here at the front, Ken Schrader seems to be doing a really good job holding off Sterling Marlin and Davey Allison for now. Now, Davey Allison, we're expecting him to do a little bit better this season. Unfortunately, this season hasn't exactly panned out to be as good as he had hoped so far. One person that's been very happy about that is Alan Kulwicki. He has had a great season to this point, coming into the race, leading in points. Here he is in the top 5, having a good day. So Alan's just kicking it right now. Just doing a really good job trying to hold his points lead advantage through this race. And right now, he's going to end up being able to do that. Tim Richmond's not exactly the fastest car right now in 11th, as it looks like he's just desperately trying to keep Jeff Bodine behind him. Meanwhile, the other Bodine, Brett Bodine, is currently battling Bill Elliott very hard for the 6th position. It looks like he's going to keep it. Elliott's going to have to try it again, as getting off of turn 4 is proven to be very, very difficult, and it is indeed a difficult task to do if you're on the inside lane trying to make a pass. It is just ungodly difficult. If you're riding that dotted line, you're not going to get a run off of turn 2 at all. One of the things about Darlington that makes it especially difficult is that although it looks like one full turn through turns 3 and 4, it really isn't. Turn 3, the entrance to turn 3 and the exit to turn 4 are very sharp. Meanwhile, the distance in between the entrance and exit, you can pretty much actually take that at full throttle. So it is incredibly difficult to stay riding on that painted line. What you'll usually see is the cars will go up near that outside wall, they'll cut down coming out of the corner, and then they're going to get a massive speed boost going down the front straightaway. Now, that's usually what ends up happening. Sometimes it doesn't. But that's the reason why the inside lane tends to not do very well through turns 3 and 4. It's just so hard to make a pass on the inside of turn 4 and keep your momentum down the straightaway, because the person's going to be cutting across that high lane. It's just going to be taking your momentum away going down the straightaway, and they're just going to... The straights are so long at this track compared to the turns that you're just not going to be able to get anywhere. And it makes Darlington one of the most difficult places to actually pass. So really, this track, another thing about this track that we'll always talk about is that you're not necessarily racing your competitors out there here. You're racing the track itself. Because this track is just so demanding. It is so hard. But that's what makes it a crown jewel track. I mean, we take a look at lap times right now. when we start to take a look at fastest lap times, we're talking about 158 miles an hour, give or take. I mean, fastest lap time right now, 158.026 by Davey Allison. I go ahead and take a look at the fastest time. The last time around the track was a 152 mile an hour lap by Rusty Wallace. That time around, we actually got a 152 mile an hour lap out of Terra Labonte. But it's only one of them that's getting a 152 mile an hour lap. Everyone else is either in the 151s or 150s, or if you're further back, you're going to be in the high 140s. So there's a huge tire fall off when it comes to Darlington, and it is a very notoriously abrasive surface, which just demands your constant attention. You got to make sure you're taking care of the tires, taking care of the car. You can't be sliding up into the wall. You can't be sliding up into your opponents if you're trying to pass them. Darlington is just a mentally grueling track that will test every single part of your body and your mind. And it's going to tax it for every second that you're in the car. It's hard on the drivers. It's hard on the crew chiefs. It's hard on the spotters. It's hard on absolutely everyone. So when you go ahead and see these drivers just cruising out here, doing a single file conga line, it's not because these drivers want to just sit around and do nothing. Believe me, they would love nothing more to be able to go up there and snatch a position away from their opponent. They would love nothing more to do that. And speaking of snatching position, here comes Alan Kulwicki. He's going to try. He got a really good run off of turn 2. He's going to try to get a run here through turns 3 and 4. It's just not going to happen. His momentum's going to get killed off of 4. And indeed it does. And Rudd's just gone. So Rudd just once again showing just how strong of a run that outside lane is through turns 3 and 4. You really, really have to battle hard on the inside lane to make that pass work. Very, very difficult endeavor. So while I've been talking up a storm about how difficult the track is, we've actually already gotten to lap number 20 of this 92 lap event today. Ken Schrader, he's led every lap to this point, and you got to figure pit stops are going to be coming in pretty. All right, and we are back. All right, so you didn't really miss much. Ken Schrader's still the leader. I tried to get the stream back going, and luckily we were able to get it back going here. Anyway, Schrader, your leader. Sterling Marlin second. Davey Allison third. Ricky Rudd fourth. Alan Kulwicki in fifth. Ricky Rudd is in fourth. Brett Bodine sixth. Bill Elliott seventh. Terra Labonte eighth. Rusty Wallace ninth. And Tim Richmond rounds out your top 10 in that 25 machine. Going back a little bit further, we have Jeff Bodine in 11th. Mark Martin 12th. Phil Parsons running in 13th. Chad Little doing a pretty good job in that 15 car. He's running in 14th. Ernie Irvin, not exactly as good of a day. He's in 15th. Kyle Petty, definitely not the day he wants. He's in 16th. Rob Moroso, after the top 10 last week, 17th. Dale Jarrett is here in 18th. Really not having a good day there. We have Morgan Shepherd in 19th. And, well, that's Dale Earnhardt, who is in the very last position in 41st. And Darrell Waltrip is in 20th. So pretty much we're just counting down the clock as we are getting closer and closer to pit stops. Meanwhile, we might have a battle for ninth here as Tim Richmond's trying to get to the outside of Rusty Wallace, and it looks like he was able to do it. He should be able to get the pass done here too. He'll be able to cut him off coming off of turn 4. There he goes. A great move by Tim Richmond, and he's going to be able to take that position. And now Jeff Bodine might be able to take this position away from Wallace as well. And it seems, yes, he will. He's taking the position away from Wallace, but Wallace gives him a little nudge coming out of turn 2. He's not going to let him have it. But again, the outside lane's just so strong. Meanwhile, Chad Little just made a great move on Phil Parsons. He'll take the 13th position away from the 1 team. Chad Little's going to try to make a daring pass on Mark Martin going into turn 1. We'll see if this works. Can he make it stick? He might be able to do it. He will be able to do it. And Phil Parsons will also go right around Mark Martin. So Mark Martin falls back to 14th, put Phil Parsons 13th, Chad Little 12th, Rusty Wallace 11th, and Jeff Bodine in 10th. So Tim Richmond, he was pretty satisfied with the way that he was able to get around one person. He's now trying to figure out how is he going to get around Terry Labonte. The 1987 Throwbacks champion going to work on the man who finished 3rd in the 1984 Throwbacks points. Terry Labonte, that's been his best points finish to this point in his career. Meanwhile, lap traffic. Oh, well, that'll do it. Lap traffic, which has got to be the absolute bane of Ken Schrader's existence right now. We'll see how this ends up affecting the lead lap, the lead battle rather. And you know this is going to significantly affect the battle. Yep, Dave Marcus, Lake Speed, Eddie Birchwell, Richard Petty, they're going to get in the way. You just see how much they're slowing down for turn 1 now. It is just crazy that they're just slowing down to this degree. I'm surprised we haven't seen anyone dive off to pit road yet. It's definitely been more than enough. There's definitely been more than enough laps led to where people can dive down a pit road. But I guess people really want to make this only a 2-stop race. And I guess, hey, if that's going to help you save some time, why not? Right now, this really hasn't instigated, well, this is definitely an instigation. Terry Labonte trying to get something done here on the outside. He's not going to be able to do it, I don't think. We'll see what happens here through turns 3 and 4, where I think Richmond's just going to use the 83 as a pick. Yeah, Richmond's around the 83. But again, the really bad run that you're plagued by through turns 3 and 4, just it's not enough. And now Richmond finally makes the pass on Labonte through turns 1 and 2. And Labonte's able to get down and block Jeffrey Bodine. Maybe we're going to go 3 wide, perhaps, at this track. No, everyone backs off. Yeah, no kidding. Jeff Bodine back way off on that. Everybody knew Terry Labonte wasn't going to give an inch, and Lake Speed's just there trying to not wreck his car. Both Jeff Bodine and Lake Speed said at the same time, just collectively did a nope as they enter turn 1, and I don't blame them. This is not the track to be going 3 abreast at. Meanwhile, oh boy, the leader's really caught in a pickle right now. Looks like he's going to be able to get out of it. He's out of it. Speaking of 3 wide, they're trying to do it into turn 1. Oh boy. Wow. These guys really had to get on the brakes to be able to get around that. That was kind of insane. But Davey Allison will at least come out of it in second. And, oh boy, the inside lane's just not able to get any grip slowing down for turn number 1. And there you can just see the outside lane so dominant. And finally, Brett Bodine, Davey Allison, Bill Elliott, Tim Richmond. Finally, we get some people to come down pit road. It's just insane to me that it's taken as long as it has. Yeah, usually people end up hitting pit road long before this, but people really seem to be confident in their tires. And like I said, you really wanted to make it a 2-stop race. Well, it's undoubtedly a 2-stop race at this point. I don't understand why you wouldn't come down to pit road this time around. I wouldn't even stay out for 5 bonus points. Well, Alan Kulwicki didn't get your memo. Alan Kulwicki's staying out for his 5 bonus points, and he doesn't care about him being 20 miles an hour slower on old tires and being held out to dry by lap traffic and being completely blown by a 35th place Phil Parsons. Well, all right, Alan. Hey, he's the champ. He's the champ. I'm not. He's got the hardware. There's a reason why he's on the track and I'm in the booth. Let's just put it that way. He's paid the big bucks to be fast on the track. I'm paid absolutely nothing to talk about him being fast on the track. So, there you go. Anyways, speaking of leaders, Phil Parsons looks to be in pretty good position right now. Davey Allison looks to be, I'm guessing Harry Gant's a lap down. Again, that's a guess. I mean, maybe he's out there in front of Davey Allison. He's not even in the top 10, so he's got to be a lap down. He had to have been serving a penalty or something. I can't see how he's possibly on the lead lap. I believe the 28 car is your leader. And indeed, Davey Allison is your leader. Harry Gant is 1 lap down. Phil Parsons is in second. Tim Richmond is in third after all of that. The 4th place machine, you have to go all the way back to Brett Bodine in the 75. Don't go 3 wide! Schrader! Oh, man. How are they making that work? Oh, my God. Insanity. That's how that works. Just insanity. No. That's how that's working, is just no. Well, Brett Bodine, he's still in the outside lane, so he should be in good position here to clear not just the 5, but the 51 as well. There he goes. Elliott's about to gain a couple positions here. Look at this run he's going to get off of turn 4. Look at this. Schrader, you're insane. Well, he had a car that was up there leading the race, and he ain't leading the race anymore because of some bad pitch strategy. So, yeah, he's going to be a little aggressive out there, I guess. Elliott's just trying to get around the 94. He'll do it. Now he's going to dispatch the 51. Meanwhile, up front, your leader is Davey Allison, and this has got to be his best shot at winning a race in a very, very long time. If you remember, he's got his first career win all the way back in 1988. It was at Michigan where he did it. He hasn't gotten a win since. For a driver that had so much promise put on him, for a driver that has such big shoes to fill to go ahead and try to replace the former Winston Cup champion, Bobby Allison. Davey Allison, the new leader of the Alabama gang. He's out there leading here at Darlington. Phil Parsons, he's trying to win his 3rd race in 5 attempts this year, which is more insanity if you end up asking me. That's just mind-boggling to me, considering this team last year wasn't really doing very well. This one team is definitely doing very well now. 33 team, well, not so much. And there you can see the 3 trying to find a way around. Dale Earnhardt's also up here. Davey Allison did not have a good run off of turn 4 there, and yeah, here goes Gant trying to make a pass on him. It's not going to happen, though. Meanwhile, it looks like the battle for 4th has situated. Brett Bodine is in 4th. Ken Schrader's in 5th, but Schrader wants 4th. I hate to break it to him. He's not going to get 4th here. He's going to try, and it's not going to work. There you go. He tried. Just didn't work out. Anyways, further back from Ellie, because we don't really know what's going on back here, Sterling Marlin, he came out in 8th. 9th is Ricky Rudd. That's pretty good. And 10th, Rusty Wallace. Now here you can see Mark Martin. He's in 12th. Trying to get around teammate Rick Mast, who's in 33rd. So that new 16 team for Jack Roush doesn't seem to be doing very well. Martin, though, on the outside lane, trying to take some positions. And right now he's working on the 11th position, trying to take that away from Jeff Bodine. Didn't have a lot of success there through turns 1 and 2, but if he can keep the nose there, he should be able to have a good line through turns 3 and 4. We'll see what he's able to do. He's charging back on the outside lane. He's able to pinch him, and he's got him. Meanwhile, Dale Jarrett is really starting to move through the field, and Alan Kulwicki really got hit hard by that pitch strategy. He's all the way back in 16th. Those 5 bonus points, like I said, no, not worth it today. Up to 13th is Dale Jarrett. Probably his best run so far this season in that 18 car. Joe Gibbs has got to be pretty happy right now that Jarrett's doing this well. Meanwhile, Jeff Bodine trying to find a way back around the 6 of Martin. Right now, it's not exactly looking good. Here we have the battle for 6th. And you can see Bill Elliott pretty much just backing off, going behind Sterling Marlin. So you could put Terry Labonte, he's now up in a 5th. Brett Bodine back to 6th. Sterling Marlin 7th. Bill Elliott 8th. And that's going to put Ken Schrader into the 4th position. As you can see him getting around the lap car of Derek Cope in the 10. Meanwhile, it seems like the battle for 2nd is now heating up between Phil Parsons and Tim Richmond. Meanwhile, Dale Earnhardt, he's 2 laps down. He don't care. He's trying to get his laps back. He might have just passed the 28. Yeah, Earnhardt just got around. Earnhardt just got one of his laps back. How about that? Dale Earnhardt definitely flexing his muscle on the leader as he's able to get around Davey Allison, which nobody's really been able to make that good of a pass today. So I'd have to say that's pretty impressive out of that 3 car. Makes you wonder if he didn't have that issue at the start, Dale Earnhardt would probably be leading this race right now. Probably would be a guaranteed winner. That 3 car is absolutely bad fast today. Right now, he's probably just trying to hope that he could get up to 30th. And I'm not even sure he can get up that high. It depends on just how far back he truly is. And we're just waiting for the ticker to come across here. And there you go. He's gone from 3 laps down to just 2 laps down. The battle for 2nd, you can still see it here between Phil Parsons and Tim Richmond. I don't expect that to really be a true battle. Definitely not side by side until lap traffic gets involved. Schrader just having a very hard time with lap traffic. Well, everyone is, just because of how difficult it is to pass at this track. It goes to show you just how difficult it is to actually make a pass on this track. It is so hard to do. 5 goes down to the inside of the 41. It's not going to happen. Yeah. You'll see it here. Dallenbach's going to cut him off. I didn't get as much of a run as I thought he would. Schrader should come back here on the inside. You might be able to get him beat here off of 2. Yeah, I'd say he's got him beat here off 2. Labonte will have him cleared too. Now Labonte's going to try to overtake his former ride. The original number for Rick Hendrick. Might not necessarily be the flagship ride for the team anymore. That's almost definitely the 25 now. But hey, we can't say that Ken Schrader's been doing a bad job for this 5 team. I'd say he's doing a more than admirable job right now. We take a look. Right now it is lap number 58 of 92. Your leader is Davey Allison, and he has been the leader since our first round of pit stops. We expect to see the next round of pit stops in probably another 10 or 12 laps or so, when you take into account what the first round of pit stops is. So right now, Davey Allison holds a 1.3 second advantage over Phil Parsons in second. and third you have Tim Richmond, and really nobody else is in these three drivers' ballpark right now. 6.8 seconds back is Ken Schrader. He led 35 laps to start this event. He was your pole sitter. As of right now, Davey Allison has led 20, I believe that would be, let's see here, 24 laps. So Allison's definitely catching. Terry Labonte is right behind him. That's for 5th. And then in 6th here, you can see Sterling Marlin in the 22. For the 7th position, you have to go back to the 11. That's Bill Elliott. Trying to continue Junior Johnson's astonished legacy in that number 11 machine. Elliott 7th. In 8th, you have Ricky Rudd. He's in the 26 for Kitty Bernstein, trying to carry it on for Buick. Well, Buick's no longer, not for Buick, but rather for Ford. I forgot that Buick's still not around anymore for a second. But anyways, the driver that just made the pass on Ricky Rudd is Rusty Wallace. He just took the 8th position away. Brett Bodine, he's fallen back to 10th. His pace has not been really good after the first pit stop. Seems like the first pit stop really, really killed his pace, unfortunately. When we take a look at the number 11 position, that's going to be Mark Martin. He's been sneaky fast on the long runs, and although he hasn't been qualifying very well, he's definitely going to need to step that up as the season continues. But if he could start qualifying really well, this 6 car should start to perform really better come race day. On 12th, we have Jeff Bodine. It's Jeff Bodine. I mean, he ended up winning Rockingham, but other than that, the 9's pace has so far been, nothing to really write home about, to say the least. Alan Kulwicki, he won Atlanta. He did lead a lap today, but it was during the middle of a pit cycle, so it didn't really pan out to his favor. So he got the 5 bonus points for leading the lap, but then he lost a lot more than 5 points worth in position. So it really, really, really was not worth it in the long run. So Alan's trying to desperately make those positions back. You can see him trying to get to the inside of Jeff Bodine here. I don't know if that's going to work. He's got him cleared. He's got him cleared. As long as he doesn't have to be pinched down to the bottom, it's going to work. And it works. Hey, if it works, it works. What do you have to say about that? Dale Jarrett having the... Oh, wow, we've got smoke in the outside catch fence. We're still green, though. Anyways, Dale Jarrett is in 14th right now. Ernie Irvin 15th. Kyle Petty 16th. Chad Little 17th. Darrell Waltrip 18th. Rob Moroso is in 19th. And rounding out the top 20 is going to be Morgan Shepherd. We're going to try to figure out what happened here going into turns 1 and 2. It looked like somebody got into the outside retaining wall. Let's see if we can figure out what ended up happening here. I believe that's going to be Larry Pearson in the 8. So you can see here, just a gaggle of cars get into it. And yeah, Bobby Hillin Jr. in the 52. He gets into the back of Larry Pearson in the 8. Pearson goes into the wall. Leader Davey Allison just barely gets by. But everyone's able to keep going. Ooh, that had to have been a white knuckle moment on board Davey Allison for this one. Oh, that's always got to be a harrowing thing, especially when going through a turn. Allison continues to lead. Meanwhile, that incident seems to have done nothing but draw everyone closer to the 1 and the 25. those guys have actually caught the leaders significantly. They were 6 seconds back. Now they're only 3 seconds back. And Tim Richmond just got passed by 3 different drivers. So, I mean, 2 different drivers, rather. So, whoa. I thought that Sterling Marlin was also going around, but Marlin didn't catch him. Meanwhile, Terry Labonte, this might be a couple of positions for him here. Labonte might be able to take second. I don't know about this, Schrader. You've tried this how many times today? Oh, man. Hey, eventually it's got to work, I guess. Well, Parsons has got second. No, he doesn't. Wow, Schrader drove it in there deep. How did he make that stick? Schrader to second. How did he make that stick? He was on the apron. No. He was on the apron going into that corner. How in the world? One car pulls off to pit road. So Parsons going to pit road. I assume Davey Allison's also broken off. No, he has not. So now we gotta watch for green flag pit stops, as it seems like everybody has caught position number 2. And now Schrader's trying to take off with it. So Phil Parsons first to pit. I imagine Davey Allison's going to come this time then. Yep, there he goes. So that's going to hand the lead off to the 5, I would assume. And there we go. Ken Schrader's going to stay out along with Terry Labonte and Tim Richmond and Sterling Marlin, mind you. So all of these drivers staying out. Right now, Schrader trying to hold off the 94. We'll see if they all come down a pit road here. And there we go. Schrader comes down. Labonte comes down. Phil Parsons. No, he's trying to get laps back. Sterling Marlin will stay out for 5 bonus points. Why? Because it worked so well for Alan Kulwicki earlier. Let's try it again, I guess. I mean, I guess I understand you're 4th in the points. You're really going well. You're trying to defend yourself, and that's fine. To a point. I just staying out is just really, really, really handicapping your chances. He's going to stay out for another lap? What? Kulwicki stayed out too. Meanwhile, a bunch of people are coming back down. No, these guys are all just pitting on this lap. Okay. So this will be Ricky Rudd, Brett Bodine, Jeff Bodine, Ernie Irvin, Kyle Petty, Rob Moroso, Dale Jarrett, Darrell Waltrip. They're all just pitting now. Wow. Okay, then. And Sterling Marlin finally cuts down to pit road. Crazy. Guess who hasn't cut down to pit road? Alan Kulwicki. Oh, man. He's staying out there again? Again? And you can definitely tell Darlington's taking a toll on that number 7 Ford Thunderbird. It is beat up. I mean, this could... Oh! Kulwicki just got rejected from pit road by Harry Gant. Oh, no. Oh, God. Kulwicki misses pit road. Oh, that's not good at all. Really bad omen for the 7 car. Meanwhile, Davey Allison, he's going to stay in second here. by a very large margin, too. Like, he is gone. It looks like Alan Kulwicki's finally going to bring that 7 car down. Your leader, number 28, Davey Allison, just took it. And I don't think anybody's going to take this lead away from the 28. I think Allison's going to get his first win since 1988 here. He's got a very, very strong advantage, like a 3-second advantage over Phil Parsons. I don't think anyone's catching him. Well, put Phil Parsons in P2. In P3, Terry Labonte. In 4th, Ken Schrader. 5th, looks like that's going to be Bill Elliott. 6th, Tim Richmond. 7th, Rusty Wallace. 8th, Mark Martin. He's worked his way into the top 10 today. Wow. The next one, 9th, is going to be Sterling Marlin. And 10th, rounding out the top 10, Ricky Rudd. Oh man, here is Davey Allison. He is absolutely the man to beat right now. Yeah, there's no questioning that. That 28 car clearly unloaded fast, and their pitch strategy has also been spot on today. I don't think anyone's catching the 28. We'll see. Phil Parsons started to look very, very strong in that final run, so we'll see what happens. It should be noted that 3rd place, that'll be Terry Labonte in the 94. He is currently 8.7 seconds behind the 28 of Davey Allison. They're also running pretty identical lap times as well, for now. We'll see if that changes. That definitely did change. I should definitely say that. That did change last time around, where Terry Labonte was running significantly faster laps than that 28. And this time there was, but now there's a caution. First caution of the day. And this might bring another round of pit stops too. It should bring another round of pit stops. Tires are just too valuable at this track. Try to find the source of the yellow. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not quite sure of it. Oh boy. I'm guessing it must have been debris from that Kulwicki-Gant interaction. Yeah, the contact between Kulwicki and Gant could have caused a caution. I could see that. Yeah, absolutely. Oh boy. We are under caution for the first time. Darlington's known for caution spamming, I'll tell you that. Well, this is going to be a restart inside 10 laps to go, so we should have a single file restart coming up here. That we should. That we absolutely should. So that's going to bring it to 12 to go here. Pace lights aren't going off, which means we aren't going green until 10 laps to go. So that will solidify that, yes, this will be a single file restart. Well, here we go. We're going to have a bit of a shootout to finish this race, folks. 10 laps to decide it. Honestly, I would have taken tires. Tires are so important at this track, even though we only have like 10 laps on them. Tires, 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 tires. I don't care that I'm starting at the tail end of a 42 car line. Tires. Seriously, you could be a full second quicker, if not more, already on a fresh set of tires. Just get new tires. Run the hell out of them for 10 laps. Why not? Yeah, well, it doesn't look like people are sharing that sentiment. So Davey Allison is your leader. Phil Parsons is in second. Alan Kulwicki will be in 20th. Oh, God. Just a really poor decision. Terry Labonte, third. Dale Earnhardt, not in fourth. That'll be Ken Schrader. In fifth, we have Tim Richmond. Sixth, Bill Elliott. Seventh, Mark Martin. Eighth, Rusty Wallace. In ninth, Sterling Marlin. Rounding out the top 10, 26, Ricky Rudd. Lights are off. We're going to restart with exactly 10 laps to go in this race. Oh boy, things are heating up here at Darlington. Taking a look at our leaderboard here. We currently have 19 cars on the lead lap. Alan Kulwicki's the first car, 1 lap down. Last car in the lead lap is the 15 of Chad Little. You can hear all the cars shifting up, getting ready to go green once the pace car pulls down here. And this is going to be close. Pace car's in. Green flag is out. Oh, Davey Allison got a really good jump. He needed that. Now, Phil Parsons, he's got to find a way around the 41 now. Or Alan Kulwicki's just going to try to find a way around everyone. Well, maybe being on the outside lane might not be the worst thing for Phil Parsons here. We'll see what happens. No, that 7 car is just really fast because of new tires. He literally took on the fresh set right before this caution. So you want to see what new tires are going to look like for you. Well, you're about to see just how much stronger new tires are even after 10 laps. Like these new tires on the 7 car, they're going to shred. Meanwhile, further back, Ken Schrader, he just took third away from Terry Labonte. Labonte's back to fourth. Elliott's up here to fifth. Mark Martin trying to get leeway done here. He's trying to take sixth away from Sterling Marlin. He's got to hold out in the outside lane. I don't think he's going to be able to do that. Marlin's going to, well, maybe he might. Marlin's going to, what are you doing, Sterling? Oh, man. How did he make that stick? Not the first time I've asked that out of a driver today. Just some very, very, very good driving today out of some drivers, let me tell you. Meanwhile, Dale Jarrett's about knocking on the back door of his first non-plate top 10 of his career. That 18 car has been strong all day. He is up into 10th. If he ends up walking away with the top 10, very well deserved. Dale Jarrett's done a very good job in that 18 car. And that's definitely going to inspire some confidence towards that team. No doubt about it. Really inspiring confidence with that 18 crew. Martin trying to find a way around Marlin. Not going to happen. Meanwhile, up front, Alan Kulwicki is getting very Alan Kulwicki-y. Yeah, he's taken off on the, and the 28's taken off on the 1. So you could pretty much award the race to Davey Allison at this point. And that, yeah, 7's gone. Yep. Goodbye, he's out of here. He's going to be in another galaxy now. It'll be interesting to see what happens here. Elliott to the outside of Terry Labonte. That's going to be a position maybe. Three wide, 3 wide, 3 wide! Oh, man. How do you guys not wreck? Terry Labonte gets his position back. Schrader back to 4th. Battle for 5th here between the Junior Johnson mobiles. 22 will take 1 position. And not a half bad run off of turn 4 there. Should be noted there's actually only 2 laps to go in this race, as the shuffle's really going on now. There goes Sterling around the 11. There goes Martin around the 11. So Mark Martin really having his first solid day of the year. And now everyone's trying to find a way around the 5. It's just not going to happen. Meanwhile, up at the front, Davey Allison in the 28. Not a surprise to see him up here. He's just going to let Dale Earnhardt go. That's not even for position. Meanwhile, a couple people had it coming down pit road. Oh, no. That's a shame that that ended up happening. I'm not quite sure what ended up happening there. But either which way, the winner of the TranSouth 500, Davey Allison, for the first time in almost 4 years, has won here in the Throwbacks. This weird late pitting event just adds to the unpredictability of this season. Man. Yep. Alan Kulwicki ends up finishing on the lead lap. Dale Jarrett will end up finishing on the lead lap. You can see the official results here on the left. And just what a finish here from Darlington. Davey Allison taking it home. And we can see here Phil Parsons will retake the points lead. Davey Allison will go into the top 10 in points on the backs of a win. And yeah, this is just all over the place. We only have 1 driver with 4 top 10s. That's Tim Richmond. Only 1 driver with 3 top 5s, and that's Phil Parsons. We have DNFs galore. Laps led. Nobody dominates that department. I mean, if anyone, maybe Kulwicki, but just take a look at the laps led so far this season. I mean, it's all over the place. Kulwicki, Allison, Bodine, Richmond, Schrader, Elliott, Parsons, Waltrip, Earnhardt, Rudd, Marlin, Petty, all with double-digit laps led up to this point. It's really anyone's game this year. This is just turning out to be, at least the first 5 races are turning out to be absolutely nuts. And I'm not expecting that to change at all going into the 6th race, because our next race is going to be the short track, Bristol Motor Speedway. We will see you then.